Hi friends! Welcome back to Botanical Woman. I'm Christine, and if you're new here, welcome! Today I'm going to talk to you about what I think about the self-watering pots that I got off of Amazon and whether or not you should get them. If you like this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to grow along with us. Now let's get into it.
I think the most successful of all the plants that I put in are the begonias. I think begonias, well, I got these mainly because of the begonias because I have a really hard time keeping up with their watering. So I decided to try these self-watering pots, and I would say based on the look of this begonia, it is very happy. You see all the roots have already started poking out the sides, and it comes with a little wick, and you just have your water reservoir at the bottom. And I haven't really had to worry about watering these plants. So that's been really good. What else? This begonia is also in the reservoir. There's a reservoir at the bottom, and there has been no issues. It has showed zero signs of not being happy with the amount of water it's getting. So I would definitely recommend these for begonias and even potentially ferns because they just like to be very moist. Moving on to my pink princess, I did not actually put the wick on here, and I have it in a very, very airy substrate, but I do have a water reservoir at the bottom, and you can see that the root is quite happy about the fact that there's extra moisture. So I think having it in there without the wick just helps keep it nice and moist at the bottom without over watering it. I might try it with the wick. I'm just, a little bit scared to experiment with my one and only pink princess. And look at these gorgeous new leaves that came out with. I was so shocked because these guys live in the box, so I don't get to look at them every day. And I looked at it the other day, and these were the new leaves that unfurled. Look at that. So amazing. So pink. Okay, enough of that. And let's move on to, this one is not in there. I'm going to put it in now that I have loads of confidence that the begonias are gonna do better. Oh, there's actually one begonia I wanna show you guys, but let me talk about my calatheas. So calatheas are also known to notoriously love water. They like, consistent moisture. However, I actually already snipped a lot of it off, but the bottom leaves started to get yellow like this, and I lost quite a few leaves because of, I'm gonna guess, is because there was too much water. So now, when I saw that, I immediately dumped it all out. So there's no more water underneath. I think what I would do next, if I wanted to continue with the experiment, is I would basically make the medium just add more perlite to make it more draining, to see if, to find the happier balance between the two. But overall, I would say that the calatheas were not a success. Here's another one. I put the orbifolia in there, and these were leaves that have already been sort of more established, but the newer leaves, since the transition into the self-watering, it's not happy. So it's too wet. So I stopped it as well, and I just took out the water. As you can see, this one is also, not happy. So overall, I would say if you're gonna try with any type of calathea, I would put it in a very, very, very chunky, almost maybe 75% perlite, and see how that goes. But overall, it's too wet for it. It doesn't like it. Okay, peperomia, this is different. This is in a 3-inch net pot that I got from a hydroponic store, and I put it in a, what's this thing called again? A mason jar, yeah. And overall, I'm was pretty happy with it, except this one was fine. Like, this one didn't really show any sign of stress. Like, this plant has always been this ugly. It has nothing to do with this. But this peperomia over here that I also put in the self-watering, it started getting, the lower leaves got these dots, these like kind of brown markings. So that to me was a sign of stress. So I took out the water reservoir once again. But I think you could have actually more success with peperomias because they do like more consistent moisture. So the roots did like it. Like, you can see they're kind of like popping out. But I think the medium is just too wet. So once, yeah, I would say for peperomias, I would try to increase the drainage of the medium and then put it in the self-watering to see how it does. It is a little tricky to get it in place. So that's what I wanted to say about that. Oh, here's another begonia that I've had. And this does have a water reservoir at the bottom. I just refilled it yesterday and it's doing fine. If anything, it was showing signs of stress. I did clip them all off yesterday, but that was more because I had moved it out of the humidity box that it was living in. Otherwise, I don't think it has anything to do with the water stress. Lastly, I want to show you, which is, oh yeah, it got caught, okay. Lastly, I want to show you this this begonia rex that I've been struggling with for months and months and months and months. And finally, I stuck it in here, and this is one of its newest leaf, and it's looking really, really good because all the other new leaves that I have had prior to putting it in a self-watering pot, it's like deformed. So it's curled in on the sides, the edges are here, the edges are burnt. Like, it's just not getting enough water. But this new leaf, I don't know, it's really promising that it's looking really healthy. So I would say begonias, definitely for sure. Like, don't even really have to modify the medium. And it's dry, so now to fill it in. How long? It took a while, I would say, for all of this to dry out. I'm gonna have to look back and see exactly what day I put these in, but it's been a while. I want to say at least 3, if not 4 weeks since I got these pots. They come in all these different sizes. It was harder to definitely get ones that were bigger, like this one. And yeah, the wick works just fine. Be careful when you buy them because some of them don't come with it and you have to just make your own, which is not terrible, but it's nice to like just have everything out of the box ready to go. I think this size was my favorite because I ordered these twice and these really work out for a lot of different plants. I will link all of these products in the description below. And the ones you see here, they call them wall planters because you can hang them up on the wall, and it comes with these hooks. Some of them don't, so I prefer having them come with it already so you don't have to spend additional money to get new hooks. And yeah, they've worked out the same way. I was gonna say, if you don't have, if you get the ones without the thread, the cotton thread, just, I have this, what do you call this? What do you call this thing? I don't know. But anyway, you have this and you just cut some and it's 100% cotton. It works just fine. I have a couple of those in there. I also got that off of Amazon, so I will link that below as well. Lastly, I just want to show you, so I put some of the wall ones up here for my Hoyas. They're actually not in the self-watering. I just use them to hold the plant up on this metal grid that I have. Oh, I have this leca, this one that I'm kind of growing or propagating in semi-hydro. I will leave it in there to see how it does. So this Peperomia variegated scanti I propagated in this pot. So it's not really using the reservoir per se, but it's propagating in here with the leca and it's doing great. And you know, I just water it and it catches the water, and it also obviously keeps it quite humid down there, which is nice. So yeah, so I've been kind of using it in different ways, so you can kind of do whatever you want as well. My only thing that I did notice as a downside for all of this is that if you have fungus gnats, which I do, they have a tendency to go into the reservoir and then you get like a pool of dead fungus gnats. They're probably breeding somewhere in there as well, so yeah, be warned that that could happen. But overall, I would say begonias for sure will love these pots, and I think ferns will probably do really well, even though I haven't tried it myself, and I probably could because I have some over there, so I will repot some of these in there. Right, so I was gonna say that this nerve plant I'm gonna put in there and see how it does. And I'm gonna do obviously this begonia. What else? I think that's it for now. Yeah, getting different sizes was sort of a problem. Like there's just not that many options. But these are the ones that I found, and I will link them so you don't have to look for them. But let me know if you have any other questions. I'm happy to help and answer them. And I hope this was helpful. Until next time, happy growing.